I love it that we brought back the screensavers. The idea behind this show is it's kind of a tech variety show. That was always the idea behind it, a variety of different kinds of tech, and we have a lot for you. We're going to talk once again to Jeremy Bursch. He is on the Unicode Emoji Committee. This is serious stuff. We thank Jeremy because he brought us the milkshake emoji. He brought us the dumpling emoji. But emojis never rest. It's time for a new batch, and we're going to take a look at the new proposed emojis and talk about some of the controversy, the infighting that goes on.
That's a committee I want to be on.
That's a lot of fun.
Deciding like exactly what you want to describe about a vomiting face emoji.
That's the funniest thing, because I imagine, the Unicode Consortium is very serious. It's in the Unicode specification, what character sets, et cetera, et cetera. And then there's this part of it that talks about emojis. With I think,
the Mac Pro.
Nobody's. They made enough.
Well,
in fact, it never was very busy, was it?
And my understanding is that they had some issues with that plant as well. So there's some questions. Maybe they learned something from that about what is good to build in America. About, like Apple has a bunch of huge data centers all over the the country. North Carolina being the most obvious one, but there are others. So that could be part of it too. Apple, the perception that Apple is only doing things in China is not accurate. But that is where most of these products for the U.S. market get assembled. So frankly, they could be building some things in the U.S.
You'd be hard pressed to buy a phone in the U.S. that wasn't either made in China, South Korea, or Taiwan.
That's true.
They're all made in
And it's because of the supply chain.
Malaysia or Singapore.
So you need to either ship all those parts, which would be much less efficient, or you need to try and kickstart a new supply chain, which would be not impossible, but that would be very hard.
A challenge. Speaking of Apple sad news,
Google's replacing its little thumb emojis now with normal round faces, right?
Yeah.
Oh, the gumdrops are gone.
Gumdrops are gone.
Yeah.
People, they got a bit of backlash, but really I think it's the minority. Like, people kind of went out and said, we love the gumdrops, bring them back, but really I think most users just want it to look like iOS.
Does the emoji subcommittee keep track of emoji use?
Were very specific.
They were Japanese.
And exactly right. And so now we're starting to see that spread around where you get a taco and
fleshing it out, right.
Exactly.
Is there any new food on the way?
Yeah, this year the new list, I don't know whether anyone's got the new list coming up, but mango is a big one.
Mango! Everybody loves
mango.
mangoes, right?
So that's, I know when they did the stats on that, the proposal for the mango shows comparison to other fruits. So.
Now, before you scroll by that, go back a little bit, Brian. So this is an image that is kind of the reference image, or proposed image? Where does this come from?
This is just whoever proposed the emoji.
Okay.
You have to show that it can be drawn.
And then there's this text description as well, right?
Right. You want to make the case to say, look, here's roughly what it looks like.
Got it.
Because if you couldn't draw it in the first place, then I don't know if you might actually have whether it's on there, but there's one for a bone.
But what?
A bone emoji.
Bone emoji.
Yes. I really like that.
Oh yeah, for 2001.
There's an ape with a
You've got
bone.
expected usage level, which is fun. But
So this is what a proposal looks like.
This is what a proposal looks like. This one's by Jane Solomon from Dictionary.com. I saw, so she's got some great, statistics on different metaphors and.
I agree with her. A bone would be good.
So this is fun. Burning is a euphemism.
Can anybody prove their case if they want a hiker to go alongside the walker?
Because there's already a walker.
Yeah.
What do you need a hiker for? There's already a
The
walker.
thing you don't want to do, a lot of people find the least popular emoji and go, this is better than that. But that doesn't convince anyone.
No.
Don't show us an unpopular emoji and say it's better. Find a popular
We
one.
can all agree that Mountain Tramway is not widely loved.
That's a hangover from Japan.
Yes, there's Mountain Tramway, there's Mountain Railway, there's monorail, there are so many,
A lot of
and
railways.
it's because of, lots of
Suspension
railways.
railway. Yeah.
Exactly right. So, one of the big stories in emoji recently has been modifiers.
Pictures of bugs on glass. They're doing pictures of bugs in real life or flowers. First of all, what defines macro photography?
Yeah, you're cheating a bit with them being dead. It doesn't make life
A lot easier.
Macrophotography technically means reproducing something very small, quite close up, at a reproduction ratio of 1:1 or greater, which means life size or greater. That's a distinction that really pedants care about more than most normal photographers. Normally when we say macro photography, we just mean close-up pictures of small things.
So, but the problem is, with a regular camera and lens, you probably can't focus that close.
That's right. Yeah. Most normal large format cameras, by which I mean larger than a compact point and shoot or a phone, won't let you get particularly close. You'll need specialized macro lenses, which are often a bit more costly.
In my case, I'm going to search for the hue light bulbs, and I can select to change the color. I'm going to go ahead and set it so my living room lights turn blue. And now, anytime that I say the magic words, my lights will turn
10 seconds.
blue. Hey Google, it's time to chill.
All right.
And kick your feet.
5, 4, mics are up.
Chill.
I had hue lights, I took it out. Do you have to do that?
I do, but I don't use the weird color settings anymore. I actually bought a bunch of smart switches with regular
I like
lights.
to say, turn the lights on,
Yeah.
or turn off the lights in the kitchen, that kind of thing.
Yeah, but I'd rather have my oh, listener Dan, he's wearing an incomparable t-shirt. Well done.
Listener
Well done,
Dan,
Listener Dan.
Jason was saying
Gotta
you're a
represent.
fan, I didn't realize, well, there we go, look at that.
But he's going to ask me a hard question, is the problem.
Curse you, Listener Dan!
It is, even Serenity's iCloud guy couldn't help me.
Oh,
no.
So we're doomed.
We've got an Apple ID quandary. My wife and I have been sharing an old Apple ID of mine.
What they don't want is for you to buy like resources in a game and then transfer it to somebody
See,
else.
that's very confusing.
But to
'cause, like,
unlock an app,
we
you
both
should be
play
able to
Words
do
with
that.
Friends, and she has different capabilities than I do. But then we've also both played Plants vs. Zombies, and I can get her special
Yeah,
characters.
that may be because you're logging into the developer's account and it's syncing. So I guess that's
Oh, that's right, that's
right,
what it is.
right. So that they
It has nothing to do with iCloud.
exactly.
That's the Plants vs. Zombie developer.
Right, and so they're granting you powers because you're logged in with the same account on their servers. So I guess what I'm
And
saying
look,
is
just for you,
emoji gummies.
emoji gummings. Did Jeremy bring these?
Help me get some
And an
of that.
emoji fidget spinner.
Ah, yeah.
Combining the two worst trends in one convenient package.
I hope Jeremy's not listening.
Wow. These are happy yummies, all happy
Well,
for us.
it's a standard, right? So anybody can take advantage of the standard and make emoji.
Make candy
They can
or
make
whatever.
movies. They can make gummy bears.
Not all of them are happy, some of them are crying.
If you pay a little extra, maybe you get the poop emoji.
That would not sell well.
Chocolate poop emojis.
I think there's, oops, sorry, grasshopper.
Oh,
What if I popped them in my mouth right
Oh, I would not recommend it.
now? Well,
Be
maybe,
crunchy.
maybe pick an email, You got number one, go ahead and start.
All right, number one, dear Jason Leo.
You
in
can't get
terms
into
of
that old back.
the old backup, if you don't know the password, you can't get at it. But
And
you
Apple
can-
doesn't know it?
Apple doesn't
No
know
one
it,
knows.
Apple can't retrieve it, it's
Yeah.
just you, because it's a local backup. But it shouldn't matter, as long as you still got her device, you just make a new backup, and then it should be okay. And the rationale is really, Apple doesn't want to store passwords in an unencrypted form, because then somebody could look at your hard drive and see all your passwords. And so they omit the passwords on an unencrypted backup, but they will keep the passwords if you encrypt.
I always make encrypted backups, but you do
Well,
encrypted.
it rolls in, it gets a little
It's
cold.
really getting too cold in here. My bursitis was out. Email.
Get some gout. Get some gout. Loosen it up. Mhm.
Switching it does actually get one.